better late than never. What is the crack, YouTubers? What's the story, folks? It's me again, late as ever, sleeping it in and not hearing the old alarm clock. Totally my fault, not technical issues. And on today we have none other than Poke Cactus, whose name I have as the Musty Wargamers. So I'll quickly fix that.
Really?
It's like, oh my
I
god,
love it.
how professional.
We're doing good.
You just
We're
gotta
doing
be
good
Poke.
today.
That's it. You're Poke
That's
today.
fine.
The rest of your
That's
name
fine.
is gone. You're just Poke. So what's the crack, Poke?
You know, we're hanging out. We're doing this.
We're doing this. We are indeed doing this. So for anyone who's watching and subscribed and it doesn't know you, like, you have a YouTube channel.
I do. It's not very. There's only a handful of videos, so.
But you're an Orc player, so you're part of our 40k Orc community on Facebook. There are links in the description below if you're not part of the 40k Orc community Facebook page. Myself, Dread, Steve-O, and a few others are admins for it. And morning, evening, everyone's around. And Poke's in there himself. So what are you going to be painting today, Poke?
I got some commandos. In a minute, I'll put it face down so you can see these commandos. I got 3 custom built ones for us today.
Custom built. Very nice. Very
Yes.
nice. I like it. Very slick. Any third party bits that we're rocking or?
No. Guard bits.
Guard? Oh, alright. Very nice. Very nice. I'm looking forward to seeing these. I haven't seen them before, have I?
No, they've just been sitting around. I was like, I'll paint them for the stream. You know, Blood Axe.
Good man. Good man. I'm liking your chat. It's like, I want to be clear. He did this. Talk about throwing me under the bus. It's alright. I'm honest. I'm honest
like,
with you.
I can't be blamed for this.
This isn't my fault, folks. That's what he's saying. It's not his fault. It was me.
No.
I woke up super late. Super late. No idea why. So who have we got? We've got Orc stuff. Navani's here. Marcus. The grey one's in the house. Dread's holding in the fort. It's the crack Dread. Am I missing anyone? G the Sapien. G's here. G the Hyper Sapien. Yep. Sweet. So everyone's painting along. Don't forget, folks, that we are do not forget to put your work in progress in the Discord as we're going along. Boom. There's a link there. And there we go. I think we're finally... I can't believe it's actually Walker Poke. We've managed to pull it off. How? I don't know.
15 minutes late. We're good.
50. Look, we're still here. When I said, "Oh, I'm running late," sorry, you're like, "How many hours?" I'm like, no. I'm not that bad. I'm not that. No.
What's the line? A wizard arrives precisely on time. What's the Lord of the Rings?
A wizard. I get you. A wizard arrives precisely when he means to, or something. I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember it verbatim. I'm actually pretty terrible at remembering things exactly as they've been said to me. I have no idea why. Great at remembering pictures though, and stuff like that. Like visuals.
Somebody remember. Somebody will get us.
I'm sure somebody will type it. Stream gone blank for you gets 2. No, it's saying excellent condition here. Dread's got his old boggart internet. I think that's what's dealing him up. Marcus is saying he's not really big on the rocket pistols. Way to go on 10 mega knobs.
There we go. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely on time when he means to.
I think I've got a bit of the Italian camo shade. I'll give it a bash. So, Poke, let's talk about Orcs. Did you order any of the new Psychic Awakening stuff?
I did not.
You did.
I want it really bad though.
Like I've ordered it. I'm, with the shenanigans. How are you managing with the shenanigans?
I'm stuck at work, so.
You're still working away. Same here, man.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. Didn't order anything because of what's going on, so
Yeah.
I will at some point because I want that new gas. I'm a golf player.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's on the to-buy list then. 100%.
It is, for sure.
I can totally understand that. Yeah, I've ordered, but like the way things are, stuff's being delayed and GW being shut down at the moment. Just have to have some patience. There's not much I can do about it, There are bigger things in the world.
We got a stockpile anyway.
Oh, that's true, Poke. Very true. We've well, yeah, I've got a backlog of miniatures to be going through. So if this lasted for the rest of the year, I still think I'd have miniatures to be painting.
That's what I've been saying. Everybody's like, they're upset that they're at home. I'm like, shoot, I'll stay home. I'll switch with you.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, I think so.
I can
I
get my whole army done.
okay. Well, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't say that. Knowing me, I would not get my army done. I
I don't have much
procrastinate.
left.
Oh, really?
I've got about 14 to 15,000 points, and most of it's painted,
Get 15,000 points of orcs painted up.
roughly.
Nice. Very nice. I was watching over your kill tank video there the other day again.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I really need to paint my one.
God, I love that model. It's a shame they don't make it anymore.
Yeah, That's the. There was 3 kill tanks originally.
The Kill Busta, the Kill Crusher, and the Kill. No, I don't know.
The kill blaster, I think. Yeah.
Kill, yeah,
So the one you did up was the
Kill Crusher.
the kill crusher. So it's sort of like its shtick was it had specialist ammo.
Yeah.
G wants to see some minis poke.
Oh, we want to see some minis. All right. I'll show the commandos real quick. I'm gonna pull the
You gotta
tank
do
in
a
a second.
close. Gotta do a close cam. All right, hold on. We'll pull
Yeah.
some technical wizardry here. Aha!
Oh, hold on. Let me look at the right screen. There's a delay on the other one. Here we go. So we got this dude.
Very
He's
nice.
hanging out.
He's got the flyer head, is it? What did you do for
Yes.
the
Yeah, so I think it's
backpacks? Yeah.
this backpack that's a guard backpack.
Nice.
And then just orky bits. This guy, regular orc backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got this is the stick bomb from the flyer kit. Everything's backwards, so yeah, that's cool. The Burna Boy, it's not really.
Autofocus, the bane of my life.
Yeah. Well, it's the mask from the Burna kit with the goggles. And I got this one right here. He's just hanging out. He's got the gas mask from the Burna's kit, and then another backpack with a guard shovel on it.
Oh, I see what you did there. They're the big shooter backpacks with the guard bits. They look the part, man. They look really good.
I know. I like them on. I've been putting them on just the regular boys for my blood axe detachment, so I like them. They're cool.
I suppose that's the cool thing about it as well. You can run like your commandos as boys if you want in blood axes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could. You could get away with this as a boy.
Totally.
Or vice versa. So I'm gonna grab the tank since we're talking about models.
Go on, go get the tank.
Right next to me.
Grab it. Go for it, dude. And today in Show and Tell, we will have the Kill Crusher tank on Exhibit A.
Here's the beast.
Oof.
This is the beast.
Dirty.
Yeah, it's a shame they don't make these anymore. This is a third-party one, but you know, I'd buy a real one if they made them still.
It's like he's not bitter at all. At all.
No.
It is a pity. It's a really good kit. Like it is.
It's gorgeous. I mean, you don't see many kits with this in it.
Yeah, interior detail and
yeah.
Yeah, man. It's one of those kits that I wish I had gotten.
Oh, you didn't get one?
No, I didn't get one, man. I was like, God damn it.
I know it's gorgeous. Like I said, though, it's a recast. But they could suck it.
I think there's 3 kits that I don't have that I wish I had bought when I could. There's like the little fighter, the normal fighter, not the fighter bomber. I have the fighter bomber. There's that tank, and then what else did I want? There was another one. That's Gonzo. Some of the artillery pieces, some of the grot artillery pieces that they just don't do anymore.
They have like nothing for Forge World.
Yeah, the range has been massively reduced, which is a pity, because some of the stuff was really nice. So I would suggest that if anyone likes anything in Forge World for the Orcs, and would like the miniature, I suggest you you go and buy it while it's still there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, like only if you really love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't suggest buying Forge World at all, man. Why is autofocus on my camera? Goddamn autofocus. I have no idea why. No, wrong camera. This camera.
Yeah, we just lost the Chin Orc not that long ago.
Is it gone? I hated that miniature anyway.
Yeah.
I hated that.
It means it's going to get indexed or whatever, though. They're just going to drop it or something.
Yeah, they'll give it the boot. This is the problem. Like, they'll give all the stuff the boot.
Yeah.
Squig Boss Mad Knobs is saying, well, looks awesome. Gee, the Hyper Sapien. He loves that mask. Shovels. Thanks for showing us. Sweet. They're super chuffed.
Thanks, everybody.
Dread is saying he always wanted to pick one up. He's in the same boat as me. I think that was the more expensive one out of all of the tanks. The reason why I think it went first is they went through the mold with it quicker. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so much detail on that tank that
yeah, there's a lot of detail in that tank.
Yeah, they would have ate through that mold way quicker, which is a pity. I'm pretty sure if they brought it back, they would get quite a bit of sales. But you know.
Oh yeah, I'd buy one. I already have one. I'd buy another one.
Yeah, I don't see why they don't do it like a limited run, where they're like, "This is it, boom, we do limited runs on them."
They'd rather just do a limited run on like some Imperium model that nobody cares about.
Oh, you mean, you know, like the Thunderbolt that's been going for 20-something years and they still sell? It's like, oh, don't poke. This is a sore point we can go into. We leading to the path of damnation. We'll end up sounding like them eventually. I don't have a tinfoil hat ready. You know what I mean?
Path of Damnation.
Exactly. Path of Damnation. So poke. Hey, the Pale Orc was here. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I refreshed. The stream is actually going. I know. Apologies for being late, folks. It's all Poke's fault.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even know what a computer is, to be honest.
Buttons? What's this mouse you speak of? Were you trying to feed it cheese? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Get it stuck in a trap.
It wasn't working. Obviously, there's nowhere for this to eat it, so.
You were just mashing it in.
Yeah.
Or do you have one of them? Do you ever see the mice with the balls? Apparently they're pretty old school now. The little.
I had one when I was a kid.
The roller ball.
I hated it.
Oh man, I remember I was working. The last job I had in the UK, I was working in an airport, and some of the computers that they were giving us, right, they're just old school. Whatever.
Yeah, like
running like Windows XP or something like that, and one of them. I remember in one of the station areas that there was a mouse with a ball in it, and it was like it's years old, so you could tell that the problem with them was they used to pick up dirt and run it into it, so you had to clean the rollers on it. And I went to use it, and this thing was an absolute piece of garbage. And I remember there was another dude there. And I was like, all right, I think I can fix this. I open it up, I take it out. He's like, what's that? You know what I mean? He was like, what? There's a ball in it? I'm like, it's an old mouse, dude. Yeah, you take the ball out. You give the rollers a clean, and hey, presto, it's like new. He was like, whoa. It'd be like showing someone like a VHS or a cassette for the first time. They'd be like, what the hell is that? I remember that specifically. That was hilarious.
All I remember is the ball on the one I was using fell off.
Yeah.
It's like it would always, if you lifted it too high, it would fall out.
Oh yeah. I get you. There was like a little locking mechanism on the underneath, so if that went squiff, yeah. Oh, that's hilarious, man. I can imagine that. All right. I can definitely imagine that. Who else is knocking around? Navani. Having a good day. Scar. Late start. Auto zooming camera. What's next? Crashing stream. Don't jinx me, Navani. No. Don't jinx me, man. Don't tempt the lords of Windows or the streaming gods. All right.
I'm pretty sure there's a button on my motherboard that if you push it while it's running, it'll probably just blue screen the computer.
Oof.
So we just hit that.
I'll stay away from the motherboard. Will be great.
Okay. Don't touch it. Okay.
So poke. What clan and why orcs? How did you get into orcs?
So this is the hard question right here.
That's the hard question. Go on.
Yeah, so I don't pick one clan.
All right.
I have every clan, including Rebel Grots. I have literally everyone.
Good. I get
Um,
you.
I guess the reason being is because I don't like painting one color. I used to be just a Bad Moon player, but
You came
I
to your
started doing more than
senses.
one. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I came to my senses, but it's not fun painting one color. So I was like, I'll just paint them all and like pretend it's a giant wall happening at once.
Yeah, but that's It like lore wise, that's probably more realistic than just a single clan.
Yeah, it's like I would just be one like detached, like one small clan attacking. I could see it, but I also can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it gives me an excuse to paint whatever I want.
Gives you a lot of diversity then. Yeah, you could do it, but like, what way do you go about it then when you're painting clans? Do you do clans by specific detachments, or like what do you do? Do you just sort of this unit's going to be this color, that unit's going to be this?
Yeah, I just look at the model and go, okay, this is going to be a Bad Moon unit. Oh, this is going to be a Evil Sun's unit.
All right, yeah.
So
Just,
like my two boom wagons, the one I painted and the other one, they're both going to be Bad Moons because they've got big guns. But then my lifted dropper one is going to be uh, Death Skulls because in my army most Death Skulls are mechs. So I have like some theming going on.
yeah, it definitely sounds like you've got like a good team going. You got a strong narrative throughout the army, and it makes sense. Yeah, it's not bad going. A lot of infighting then, huh?
I guess so. That probably would happen a lot. They're fighting over stuff.
So then, what made you choose orcs as an army? How did you start off in the hobby? Like,
All right, so I know. I'll start from the beginning, I guess. So I was a wee tiny little thing. I'm only 23, so
ah,
bear with me.
boys.
Bear with me here. Um, way back in the day, I remember my dad took me to a games workshop because he wanted to play with his friends,
Oh, your
and I was
dad
like,
used to play, was it?
yeah, he used to play. And I thought the models were really cool being a kid, so I was like, oh, I want to do this. So I got Chaos, Nurgle Chaos specifically, that way back in the day. This was like when Battle for McCraig came out.
Back in the day,
I
cute.
remember they had like a display in the front of the store with it or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then like I'd be in the store looking at all the models, and I thought the orcs looked kind of cool. And then I started watching old school mini wargaming with like a Codex Dan.
Codex Dan, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's. I was like, I really like the attitude of this army. I mind you, I was like a kid still, so I just thought it was cool. Um, then I bought the Codex with like what little money I had, and I started looking at the pictures. I was like, oh, I'm doing this army, and I sold it all and got like a box of old boys, an old truck, and a battle wagon, and that was the start of my army.
There was no going back then, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's been a slippery slope since then. I quit for a really long time. Quit in air parentheses. Mind you, I never really played. I just kind of had them
Mm-hmm.
as models, and I painted them and stuff very badly.
But you didn't sell all your stuff off, though, no?
No, I sold my terrain, and then and then all my orcs sat in a toolbox for a long time. Like all that happened during Assault on Black Reach, and then it was in a toolbox, and then I opened it up around when we got the codex. I actually started playing back when we first got this new codex.
Oh, all right.
Was it last year?
Um,
I forget.
yes. Yes.
It
Last year.
got back
Yeah.
into it like right when the new codex was about to drop.
Was it last year or was it 2018? No, it was 2018, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2018. It was 2018.
Oh, it's 2020.
Yeah, see? Time
Oh,
flies, man. It
oh
is
my
2020.
God. What?
I know, time is flying. Yeah. So it would have been 2018. So technically it's been like a year and a bit.
Yeah,
Chronologically.
time does
So,
fly.
so you got back in when we got our 8th edition codex.
Yes.
So you never played with the 4th edition codex at all then, or the 7th
N-
edition
uh,
codex?
I mean, I didn't play with the fourth edition. That was before my time. I have the fifth edition one, but I didn't really
Oh, that's the
do
same
any.
one. That's alright then.
Oh, is it the same one? Oh,
Yeah,
so
we had the same codex from the end of 4th edition up into 6th and into a chunk of 7th.
Let's see.
Best codex that we've had in my eyes.
I love this. This is my baby right here. Where is it? This is what I was talking about the other day. This this is like nostalgic to me.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're looking at the can factory.
This is awkward.
Back in your 4th edition codex.
Yeah, this is what orcs are to me. We got
Nice.
an old Gaskell right there.
Still rocking about. Doomed to be a mega armored war boss for all of eternity now. I'm finding that amusing. Everyone's like, convert him.
Metal killicans?
They
look
metal dreads, I think they
are. Those are dreads?
Yeah, you can tell because they have the weapons under their arms. Whereas
there's cans back here.
Yeah, the cans are in the back. I have a fair few of them. Still have to paint them up though.
Oh. Yeah, this is it. Right? I love this codex.
That's the one. Yeah, that's like the late 4th edition.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Through 5th, 6th, and a bit of 7th.
I'm sure every one of us has seen this.
Yeah, the old can factory.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Good battle report in the Apocalypse book from 4th Ed. There was a good battle where they used that as a piece of terrain. And it would generate, like it would make a Stompa or a Dreadnought, or, they had special rules for it where they were fighting the Eldar. The Eldar were attacking. It was a really good one.
Yeah, I saw in that picture you sent me.
Yeah.
There was some red Eldar.
I think
pansies.
Sam Han, are they? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, pansies, exactly. Pointy ears.
So, yeah, I forgot what we were talking about, but I just remember.
You getting into orcs. That's what.
Oh, that's about it.
This is Force Codex.
Yeah, it was my first codex.
Geez, saying you did Bill McCarry. He's tiny. I know he was going to be small, but damn, he's small ass. I suppose if you're comparing him to... Like, Gazgul's huge now, man. Gazgul's massive. And he's a monster, so it's going to be... It's going to be interesting playing him on the board. I can see a lot of people just teleporting him.
But you can't... Can you teleport him because he's a monster? I thought you have to target infantry.
Oh, for the jump?
Yeah, I thought it targeted infantry. I could be wrong. I'm not a rules lawyer.
No, I was thinking the teleporter pad, the strategy.
Oh, yeah, that probably will work.
That what is it? A 20 power limit? Yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't include the embark units, which is wild. I don't know how that happened.
That's a good laugh. That's what that is.
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter, like, because you disembark at the start of the movement phase, so you wouldn't be able to disembark stuff, I think.
No, but the fact that you could just get a unit in there for free.
Oh yeah.
Basically, I mean, you still have to pay the points and stuff, but
it's not overpowered. You drop your battle wagon full of gruts. They're gonna shoot the snot out of your battle wagon, and then your gruts might be there afterwards. Obviously, gruts may not be the optimum loadout, but it would be hilarious. What's in that wagon you drop down? Just some gruts.
20 gruts.
20 gruts.
20 shots of strength 4.
Yep. Here to roll your flank. That would be so funny, man. So funny. So the Grot Revolution. Have you done many Grot Revolution units? Did you get the Red Gobbo? I bought one and gave it to Dread, so I need to get another one.
Alright. I have 2.
You've I
have 2. Because alright, so I have one that I didn't even finish painting. Because I stopped caring. And I didn't convert him or anything. He's just normal.
I might have to trade you for something.
So I bought this and then went, well, I bought one because my friend got one in because he works at a store.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent in the money in Cash App and I was like, grab me one because I wanted to make sure I got one. And he grabbed one for me. And I didn't see him for like a month. And I went to my store and they had one. So I was like, yeah, I'll just buy one. So I bought another one. And I'll probably convert the other one, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just convert that one.
Well, Dread did a good conversion of it. Necrons! He was giving out about Necrons. I don't see no... How dare you? Such blasphemy. Insert Arnie voice. I'll be back. Ah, I'm not leaving. It's just a Terminator reference. Ah. Was that okay? Was that terrible? It was sounded
Yeah.
terrible. That was terrible. It's okay. I'll never do Arnie impersonations again. I apologize, folks. I apologize. This one looks like he's already gotten a wash. He has.
So what are you painting up? More boys?
Shooter boys, shooter
Oh yeah.
boys. They won't wash themselves, so I'm washing them.
You know what they say? Boys before toys.
Yeah, that was a strong adage to the old Orc Army back in the day. I don't know anymore if it's like that though. Is it still boys before toys?
I don't know, is it? For me, it is. I always run at least 90 boys every time.
Well, yeah. See, the way I'm doing my army at the moment is I'm sort of building, trying to paint up the core of a collection. So I'm trying to do like 3 units of 30 shooter boys and 3 units of 30 slugger chopper boys as just like to have a good painted core, and then I can pick from them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if
Like
I
you want to
want,
have some mech guns, you pop mech guns in. If you want to have,
yeah, yeah, or even if I
yeah,
want to make different lists with the boys, so it'll be like, oh, I want a unit of 10 in a truck. I want a unit of 10 in or 20 in a battle wagon. Like I can split the units up as well. It's just a strong core for me to pick from. Like I wouldn't suggest everyone try and paint 180 orc boys, because
I
tactic
would at once.
at once, yes, all in one go, one sitting. See how long your sanity lasts.
Hmm.
My God, the painter's born out. The horror, the horror.
If you don't make it, it wasn't meant to be.
Small chunks. I'm finding doing it in batches of 10 better. And then I try and paint up my units. They're all blood axe. I try and paint them up as each like mob of 30 has their own specific color scheme, so at least they're sort of unified. Like what way like you do unit by unit is a different clan.
Yeah. So 30 boys will be. I wish I took a picture because I have a 2,000 point army painted. Um, I didn't know. I'll do 30 that are evil sons, 30 that are blood axes, and 30 that are snake bites, and that's how I tell.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So you use like the color schemes to differentiate them.
Hmm.
Because I was learning this the hard way when I used to play unpainted miniatures. People are like, ugh, the horror. It's like, yes, Skarnir for a long time did not give a rat's about having painted miniatures. But what I used to do to differentiate them when they got into combat was there'd be bare plastic, grey. Then there'd be the primered unit, and then there'd be unit who had like green skin on them. That was how I differentiated them when they
Oh
get
my
into
god.
combat. Because there's nothing funnier than having like your like three mobs of boys all smash into the same target, and you're like, "What unit's he in again? I'm not too sure." Whereas now it's like, "Oh, I know which unit he's in."
That's 50 Shades of Grey right there for sure.
Oh, don't go there, bud. Don't go there. What are they saying in the chats? Boys before time seems to be the new meta for orcs. It was true back in the day. I'm not too sure as much anymore.
No, nowadays it's wild.
Now
We live
it's
in wild times.
now it's crazy. Now it's like you've 3 units of 10 grots as your minimum for your battalion, and then you'll put whatever in. Normally people go for weird boys so they can either do like the jump or some of the other abilities or smite, and then whatever HQ they want, like a custom force field mech. Or thankfully it's back now.
Oh
The
yes.
custom force field mech.
Oh
Happy
yeah.
days, man. Oh yes.
What a win for the Orc Army.
Well, yeah, but it shouldn't have been out in the first place. Let's be honest
No,
here. You know what I mean?
we shouldn't have had to cry for it.
It shouldn't have had to give out. There was
No,
much gnashing of teeth. How dare they, sir? How dare?
desks were flipped.
Yep. There was flippage of desking. There definitely was. People were
Now we
not
just need
happy.
to complain and say they need to bring back the old Gaz as our Mega Armor War Boss.
I think it's about time we got a new mega armored war boss, like a plastic kit.
I mean, but this requires no effort for them. They just have to keep pumping out the same kit they have for what, 20 years?
Yeah, but I think Failcast needs to die off. Let's be honest here.
You're right.
Failcast needs to die off. It was an abomination when it first came out. Still an abomination now.
Yeah, I have a weird boy, and his hand is missing.
His hand is missing.
Yeah, you know, the little. He's got like, he's holding the staff with the one, and he has the other one just kind of doing whatever.
Yeah.
That other hand is gone. I don't know where it went.
Oh, so like he had one and it went missing, or you opened the blister
It
pack and
broke.
it broke off.
Yeah, it broke, and I don't know where it is.
Just give him a hook for a hand and a tri-corner hat. He'll be grand. Just say he's a freebooter weird boy or a mad boy or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
one of them gits. That'd be
If he was
hilarious.
metal, his hand wouldn't be gone.
That is true. It would have just bent maybe, or
Mm.
yeah. We're not bitter about that over here at all. At all.
No.
Not at all. I'm doing cardinal sin of cardinal sins while streaming. It's like fine detail work, lapse in concentration, inability to talk while painting. You can
I
get
feel
you.
it.
Can get to you. So what do you
This
do
is
for your metals?
my metals, unlike the model.
Yeah.
Just use this.
Use this.
Good old,
Is that
good
a?
old good old gun metal.
Hold on. Hold on. He's made a balls of it. Close cam. Hey. Ooh, autofocus. Yay.
Yeah.
Back it up. Beep. 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 Close enough.
We know what it is. It's gun metal. Just use gun metal.
Use gunmetal.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hit it up with a washer.
Yeah. I think we were talking about this the other day. Oh, we were talking about this the other day. I don't have any right now, unfortunately, because of the shortage. I've run out, but I give them a bath of Agrax Earthshade at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
I think
I'm
yeah.
out.
That's pretty much what I like. I do lead belcher, and then I do an Agrax Earthshade, and then I hit it up with this Forge World Castellax Bronze airbrush paint, which is pretty much like the old tin bits to pick some detail out. You know what I mean? To give it a bit of variety.
Okay.
I hit it up with a bit of that, just for the odd bits and pieces. And then I do the same. I hit it up with an Agrax Earthshade, and then after that, if I manage to get back to him as like a final detail, I might do some like edges in Runefang Steel or Lead Belcher again, just to pick some detail out of the wash. But nothing too crazy, you know yourself. There's
Yeah, no.
so many of them.
Yeah, I don't go too crazy on things typically. I just do base coats. I'll pick out details like little pieces of metal and strings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just hit it with a really heavy wash and it'll tone everything together.
Yeah.
You
Ties it all
know,
together. 'Tis liquid talent. I
it is.
have G the Hyper Sapien asking, what colour is that grey/blue Skarnir? My colour tones might be off for the camera, but that grey that I use is one of my favourite colours. Is Eshin Grey. That's what I paint. The colours I use the most on my army currently, just as my base colours, are Zandri Dust and Eshin Grey. These are the two colours I use the most at the moment.
If you'd like to see it and show, I have a completed boy here.
You have a completed boy. Oh, okay,
Yes.
hold on. Go back to the old close up for a poke there. Ooh, very nice.
And this is just base coats with a heavy, heavy wash on it.
Yeah, but it looks the part, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, once you get 30 of them together, it looks good.
It looks the
I'm not
part.
too worried about him. I'm not edge highlighting or anything.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like, you can, if you want to, at a later date, go back and edge highlight. If you want.
Yeah. Keyword if you want to.
If you want to. But I'm having the same sort of approach. I could see that wash bottle that's being absolutely obliterated. Your supply's running low there, bud.
I basically licked it clean. Here is a one of the old mech boys before the wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, he looks bad, but once you hit him with the wash, it ties everything together.
Tis liquid talent, alright.
It is.
Yeah, we have a similar approach, alright. It's
Yeah.
like base color is wash, and if you're feeling spicy, if you like the spicy meatball, might come back in later and hit it with a highlight. Might being the key word. Gorkamorka, yeah.
The Gorka Morka boy.
Yeah, that's where he came from. He was Gorkamorka mech, so you'd have him in your mech, in your mob. You'd have a couple of them. Navani's asking, is any equivalent version of the old Balkan Metal? At the moment, I'm painting a slightly watered out lead belcher over black, but I was wondering if Balkan existed in a new name. Ooh. From what I gather, I think Balkan Metal is it a little bit darker to lead belcher?
It might be. I'm not sure what it compares to gunmetal. I'm moving away from GW paints, so
You are better off. I'm starting to think that way myself. As some of these paints get used up, I'm going to be heading towards Vallejo myself more and more because of two factors. One, the price of GW paints is crazy where I live. And two, Games Workshop changed their paint line, whereas third party companies that do just paint aren't going to change their whole paint line on you again.
yeah.
So they're going to be consistent, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm buying a grey, I want to be able to paint with that grey
Forever.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Games Workshop have changed their paint line many times over the years, so I have friends who've been painting their miniatures since Rogue Trader days, and it's literally like they'll have a specific purple, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay. Once this purple runs out, that's it. It's gone." You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't replace it. So, that's a bit of a pain if it's a core color for your army,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want to add new miniatures to an old collection. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's the problem. I have a few colors that I picked from GW that I like, and then I'm slowly moving army painter.
Yeah, I can totally get that. I would not be surprised.
Plus, drying out paints is not a fun thing.
Oh yes, their paint pots are garbage as well. They dry out. That's another reason to get away from Games Workshop.
Oh, let me show you my what I'm using for my teeth right now. This is disgusting. This is the paint pot.
Oh, it looks like a happy camper, all right.
Yeah, it's not doing well.
It looks like a happy camper, all right. I think the worst I've had was the Corax. Is it Corax white? What's the white called? Corax white. I think
Wait.
it's called whatever. It was like poster putty, or it was like some, I don't know what the bleeding hell it was. It was like a putty anyway. By the time I got to it, like it was just a lump. I'd never opened it, and it was just like a massive lump of like congealed putty. Like literally, you could pick it up in your hand, and obviously there'd be paint everywhere. But like, I was like, what the?
I've bought paint from them before that you open it up and it's like water. It's not airbrush paint.
It's separated. Yeah.
It's like you shake it and it's still like water. Like you could pour it out, and like I would leave them out sometimes open for like a day, and it would still be watery. Like I'm like, what is going on? So they either have solid paints or liquid paints. There's no healthy medium.
There'd just be a lack of consistency, all right.
Yeah.
But then some of the paints are actually pretty good as well. Like I'm not too enamored with the contrast paints. These contrast paints tend to separate pretty badly as well.
I haven't even bought a contrast paint.
I wouldn't bother, to be honest with you. There was a lot of hype over very little. I got them because I traded some miniatures with someone to get a fair lump of them. But I wouldn't bother. I'm not a fan of them myself.
Hey, like we were saying, I already picked what I want my orc skin to look like, so I'm not going to change it because of paint.
That's true, yeah. I think that is very true. But if someone is starting off new and, they like the look or they like using contrast paints, go for it then, you know what I mean? It is a great way to get miniatures painted quickly. I will say that. You just have to have good brush control.
until they stop carrying it, then you're gonna be in trouble. But,
Oh,
you know,
until they stop making it. Like how many years from now?
yeah.
Then you're shafted.
But right now, if you want to start a Marine army, you're good. If you want to do something with that Space Wolves half,
Of
you know,
the box set, well, when it
yeah,
eventually arrives. Yeah.
yeah.
No. They will be getting sold off, my good man. Sold off.
I don't know. I might buy it and keep the other half because it's like just one unit.
Well, that's true. But I used to collect Space Wolves back in the day, and I didn't like what they did to the Space Wolves. They used to be like hardcore and cool, and then
Yeah, like Space Vikings that are
they used to be Space
badass.
Vikings, and now they're just like
Space furries.
Space Ice Lords. It was when was it? I think it was 4th edition. When they put Space Wolves on Giant Wolves was when I was like, I'm out of here. I'm like, good luck.
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. I'm like, I'm out of here. Good luck,
No,
man.
if I do keep it, I'm gonna make them Ultramarines just for something
Ultratroopers.
my orcs to shoot at.
Just for the sheer hatred that you'll get off of some people. Oh, you painted them ultra. Apparently, people get a lot of hassle over that.
Well, I mean, I like Ultramarines. Like you played Space Marine,
I played Space Wolves. Oh, Space Marine
Space
the
Marine,
game. Yeah. I
the
played
video
Space
game.
Marine.
That
Yeah.
game is badass.
Yep.
I
Some
love that game.
some hardcore Space Marine porn right there. Oh my god.
Really, it is.
The poor orcs is.
Oh man, we lost many orcs.
We did. It is a good game. I wish
Great
if there was. I wish there was like a multiplayer to play as orcs.
I know. Like, there's like a mod, I think, but there's no community, so you can't really do it.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
sure enough of us in the orc community, have the game. I'm sure we could sort something out.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I hate when that happens. When you go to play a Warhammer 40k video game and it's like, oh, there's just the Imperial side of the campaign. I'm like, I want to be orcs, you fucks. I just want to play orcs, man.
What is that? Eternal Crusade?
Oh, there's been a couple. They don't pop into my head. But I think, yeah, Eternal Crusade's another one.
Yeah, and it's like it's a dead game.
No, I think you could play as orcs in Eternal Crusade. Was that not
You
like
can, but there's nobody playing it.
Is that like this is like the MMO type of
It's
thing?
like it's like Battlefield, I think. I don't know. I didn't get to play it because nobody plays it.
Yeah, I didn't go near it though.
I wanted to play it because I guess it's free to play if you're an orc.
Oh, it's free to play. That means they have literally nobody playing orcs. Oh, you want to be an orc? You get to play for free. Please be cannon fodder for other players.
I thought that was hilarious because you get all the free to play people as orcs, so you get a lot more of them.
Yeah, exactly. We've a few
It's
more
hilarious.
faces. The red mech. I kept Ragnar as a prisoner. Nice. Use him as some base coverage. Lou the Lumber. I like Army Painter and Vallejo. How do you find Army Painter, Poke? Because I've only dabbled really with Vallejo stuff, and I like it. It's got a good consistency. You know, their model their model color range I really like because it's a lot of historical. So I use like Blood Axe for camos and stuff. I like it, and then even their model air stuff is pretty good to use painting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got some good paints, like. So, how do you find the army painter stuff? Because I know Steve-O loves it, man.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm just moving to it, and I adore it compared to the GW stuff.
Mm.
I'm dropper bottles is a new thing to me. You see my sad little mat here. Yeah.
From
I mean,
spillages?
no, from because I pour it on here. I have a wet palette, but I'm scared to open it.
You
'Cause,
have a what?
I have one, but I don't use it. If I open this, I feel like somebody's gonna get sick.
Somebody's got. Oh, oh. I'm
I
all right.
left it for a
Oh,
while,
all right.
so
It's been invaded by the furries, has it?
yeah.
It's a bit
Nurgle.
fluffy now, is it?
I'm starting a Nurgle colony in that, but
just kill it with fire, my friend, and make a new one.
but yeah. I mean, dropper bottles is a weird thing, but they're so much better. They don't dry out. They're easier to
Very
clean
true.
too.
Yeah, true that.
Like the tip gets dirty, you just put a paper towel over it, and it's clean now.
Tried and tested method, folks. When the tip gets dirty, paper towel, sorted.
Paper towel.
Paper towel. Trying a bit of soap there if you're feeling spicy, you know. Just in case. Don't forget, folks, if you're working in progress, if you're painting along with us, throw your painting progress into the Discord, and we'll have a gander near the end of the stream. There's another link in the chat, just in case you missed it there. Feel free to throw it up, and we'll all have a gander and see what you're working on. I love seeing what people are working on. It's always cool.
That's my favorite part of the stream, is just seeing all the
thanks.
community stuff.
It's not like that Skarnir is there and chatting. Your favorite parts of the community stuff. I like.
Yeah.
At least you're honest. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I like it as well. I like looking at people's stuff. I'm like, ooh.
Nobody else does that. Live streams are usually like, you're just in your own little bubble and people are throwing money at you.
People are throwing money at me. Don't worry. I'm not. I haven't got the bigger bowl out like Dread. You know. Change. It'd be like that episode of South Park. Get any change? Spare change.
Dread's falling over there.
Oh, too easy to wind up, man. Too easy to wind up. But I will. See, look, I drilled all the barrels in my army, so I will drill barrels for cash. You know what I mean? I can hook you up. Yeah, I got the rotary tool out. People are like, oh, drill your barrels, Scar. Drill your barrels. I'm like, all right, then. I'll drill me barrels.
I'm a nasty person that uses an actual power drill.
An actual power drill, you madman. I mean,
an 18-volt drill.
I have like a Black & Decker like drill, but I'm not that brave.
I hate Black & Decker.
You hate Black & Dude, it was good value. Go on then. Go on. What brand of power tool should I be using?
Good value. All right, here we go. Here's the beauty right here. We have it'll fit on screen.
Hold on.
This brand right here. I'm not biased in any way whatsoever.
Ryobi. Totally not a paid promotion. Yeah. Not at all. Oh, hot glue gun as well. Sweet. And are they one of the guys where it's like the one battery works for all of their stuff?
Yeah, that's why I went with them.
Nice.
And I'm building up a collection slowly, but I use their stuff to drill my barrels.
Get your barrels to drill out your barrels there. Dirty. Get there in the end. So what's the most annoying thing you've come across in regards to your miniatures? Like, what's the thing where you have to do it, but you don't like me originally? I wasn't too enamored with painting miniatures, but I actually enjoy it. I just had to find out like how to keep myself motivated and how to actually enjoy it. So what's your thing hobby wise? What's your hate?
I guess like I hate painting hands and feet. I don't know why. I really do hate it. I can't explain it either. It's one of the areas I pay the least attention to.
What the bits where we're likely to look? It's like, oh, Sheldon is good.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
Poke.
I just slap it on there.
No F's given. Poke's just like, nope. Let's throw it on. No edge highlighting for you, my friend.
No, not at all. You get the wash and that's it.
Gets a wash if he's lucky. Give him a good wash there. Just don't forget to like the live stream. Yes, Squeak Boss, don't forget to like the live stream and subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're so close to 1,000. Way. Gee, saying this just turned into a home renovation show. And Dread was piping up. It's like, here we go. Here we go. I will definitely do interviews and shouters, work, etc. on my streams when I can, but with just a phone being stuck in a solo bubble is all you can get till you send me enough dollar for a PC. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you not have enough money for a webcam, Dread? No? No.
Hey, Dread, I know like you don't like banks and stuff, but just open up a credit card and do what I did and spend way too much money on a computer.
Just post them gold bars, folks. That's all you need to do. He's a free
builder. No interest. Amazon. It comes to your house, you build it, you're done. You pay it off in a year, you're good. And then you cancel the card and never talk to him again.
We're talking about finances on an Orc stream. The madness. I don't like being in debt. Me, self, personally.
I don't either.
I'm the type of dude who's like, if I want something, I save for it, and if I don't have the money, I don't spice it. That's just how I was sort of brought up. So all of the orky stuff you see, it's because I had the cash at the point. Oh, such a fool. Uh,
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made, miniatures were bought, but this is the thing, you can always sell them on. You know what I mean? You might lose some
Yeah.
of your money, but if it's still sort of new, or if it's not produced anymore, you'll probably get a bit more back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you have an old metal war boss, I mean a Big Mac with KFF, you're good.
Yeah, didn't you do an unboxing on your channel? A little
I
unblistering?
I did. What was it, Monday? I think it was Monday,
See,
something like that.
now would be a good time to pimp your channel. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Shameless plug.
I can't post links.
Oh my god. Do I have
I'm
to
not
do everything around here?
I'm not powerful.
You haven't been promoted. Don't worry, Poke. I'll sort it out. I'll sort it out. So go on, keep chatting away there, and I'll.
What were we saying?
You did an unboxing of
Oh yeah,
the mech.
I've I've started a new little mini series where I'm going to be buying things on eBay and then just showing off like the kits and stuff it comes with. So I bought a war boss with a Big Mac with boss pole. It's such a weird thing to say.
It is a weird one. There is the link to Poke's hold on, YouTube channel if you guys want to check it out.
There's not much, but
There's some there. You're showing orcs. You're showing your
it's not
kill
much,
tank.
but it's honest work.
It's honest work, Gov. Yep, that's it. It's honest work. Yeah, I find that funny when there's like a miniature that people after the fact, like when it's out, nobody really wants to get it, but afterwards, people are like, oh, there's high
Yeah,
demand for it all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
like what is it? Paintings of like Picasso and stuff like that. I don't know. Like I know they're not popular until they're dead.
Ah, yeah, yeah. It's like when something's available, they
Yeah,
can
you don't want it.
they don't want it. Yeah, totally. But then once it's gone, it's like, oh no, I really wanted that. It's like, no, you didn't. You had the chance, and you didn't take it up the
It was there
opportunity.
for 10 years and you didn't
Yeah, it
touch it.
was available for 15 years. Oh, I should have grabbed it. It's like, mate, you had 15 years. Steve-O's in the house. What's the story? His channel is in the info. Give him a like. Yes, G the Hyper Sapien. Give him a like. Give him a subscribe for Poke. Motivate him to show us more miniatures and get more stuff painted. We're all getting there. We're all actually painting miniatures. My God.
My God. So I have another plug for you. It's not mine though.
All right, go on.
I'm sure you've seen it. I don't remember the channel's name because I keep forgetting. I'm a terrible community member. But that Evie bomber, who made that?
The Heavy Bomber.
Can we talk
Waz?
about that? Yeah, was it Waz?
The Waz, yeah.
That beautiful Evie bomber he built.
You.
Oh my God.
It's good stuff, man, yeah.
I need to build my own.
Well, see, this is the interesting thing about the Heavy Bomber is we got rules for it in Imperial Armor 8, but there was never actually a miniature released. So that Imperial Armor 8 book, I think there was Death Skulls, Goths, and Snake Bites, I think, in it. And that was one book. And we were supposed to get a second book that would have the rest of the clans, so like Blood Axes and,
Yeah,
and the others. But it never happened for some reason.
that's weird.
I don't know why. Maybe the sales weren't as good as they thought they'd be, or
They just were like, never mind.
there's not that many orc players, which I don't. This whole concept of there's no orc players because orcs don't sell is a load of rubbish. Because the amount of new people we've had coming into the hobby just because there's been a new Gazgul is ridiculous.
Yeah,
The amount of people collecting orcs now it's like a tsunami of new people get into it. So if Games Workshop actually invest into orcs, a lot more people would play orcs. Just saying.
hmm
Just saying. Just don't shoot the messenger. Just saying, Poke. You know what I mean?
hmm
What do you think, Poke? Do you think we get neglected? Do we need more love?
Oh, we need lots more love.
Need all the loves.
the fact that we had to cry for an HQ that is essential is kind of insane.
Now we just need to start a campaign for our mega boss.
Yeah.
Bring the mega boss back,
Like, please.
please.
Yeah, no, it'll
We'll
probably be like
give you money. We'll give you monies.
another
Has
10
monies.
years.
Shh, don't encourage them, man. Don't encourage them. Close
Oh,
those doors.
they know what they did. They know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, of course, of course. Evil Sons and Imperial Armorite. Oh, sorry, Orc stuff. What was it? Death Skulls, Goths, and Evil Sons. Then was it? I think.
Not
All I
before
remember
my-
is I was bitter
before-
because the Blood Axes never got around to the Blood Axes. Steve-O's had the lashes removed today. Thank Orc. Already? You only got them put on the other night. Would you step?
Yeah, I missed that whole thing. I don't know what happened there.
Mate, it's like I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know if his missus was like rebuilding his eyelids. I'm like, why are his eyes taped closed? What's going on?
Yeah, I saw. I'm like, what's going on?
I have no idea, man.
Like, listen, I'm an essential worker. I don't know what's going on over here.
It's like, what sort of shenanigans?
I'm giving people their topsoil and mulch. They need it really bad. It's 70 degrees out right now. They need it bad.
Totally. People keep themselves entertained. So what's it like over in the States? There's like some places are closed, other places aren't. It's
Yeah, like small businesses are closed, and then like big stores are still open, but then like they have weird rules.
So it's state by state then, are like all
It's
the
city by
states closed?
city.
Or
It's honestly city by city.
weird.
So like I work at Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
You guys probably will slowly figure out exactly where I live, and I will
You'll
look
be
at my
tormented,
backyard.
and you shall be eternally tormented by orc players
Yeah,
wang outside your house at 2 in the morning. Whoa!
you know, and I'll take it. But like they were doing some weird thing, or like the garden center was gonna function separately from the rest of the store, and the Home Depot near my house did that, but the one that I work at didn't do that. It's city by city, it's state by state. It's weird. I don't even know what's going on.
Sounds strange, all right.
We live in strange times.
Your boss is watching it in on the stream. Is like, oh, he's like that now. Is that what you actually think, eh?
Yeah.
I doubt it, man. Unless they're into the hobby. Even then, it's like small channels. That was gold. Which was gold? Oh, Steve Owen is eyelashes. We have a new face here. Opus Day 789. Kroger here has a cap of 400 people in this store at one time.
Ugh.
400 people. That's like massive.
We had a limit of 100, and it was a nightmare. And we went to 75, and it was still too much. And we're at 50, and it's like okay-ish.
It's
But
strange though. It's a bit strange, like that. We've never had to deal with this sort of thing before.
Yeah.
And some
Society
people,
itself's been turned upside down.
yeah, but some people I know it's like some people are able to handle it, and other people just like went batshit crazy. Hence all the toilet roll disappearing like super quick.
Yeah.
So some people have like super squeaky clean bum holes, and others not so much. And I don't know, man. I can't.
People go crazy over toilet paper.
But why toilet paper?
Because it's like one of those things that like the average American doesn't want to live without because it's so ingrained to them. And I experienced this firsthand a long time ago. When I was at my store, we had like big cases of toilet paper selling for like $1.40. It was like super clearance. And I mean, people were fighting each other for this toilet paper. I'm like, Jesus. So when I saw this stuff happen again, I'm like, it's happening again.
the flashbacks. Not again.
Why?
Why me? I'm just baffled. I'm like, have people never been out in the woods? You know what I mean? Never gone camping?
Right? No,
you know?
I guess not.
You know what I mean? Get yourself a dock leaf, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Dig a little hole and away you go. No?
You know.
No, apparently not. Apparently our society will fall apart if we do not have toilet roll for the masses.
It will. bottle caps aren't the currency, it's toilet paper.
Exactly. Fallout got it wrong all those years ago. They should have been trading with like packets of Charmin or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Upsy
like 14,
days.
but it's not
He's
renewable.
literally on his last roll. It's like I'm using mine for helping to paint miniatures. People are like, wasteful.
I'm like, nah, man, I just, have toilet paper.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, there's other ways around it. I could see like I could see sales in. You can get like B-days, can't you? You can get ones that like go into your toilet. You can hook them up, or portable ones. I know.
Oh, those.
You know, like Joey Diaz is always talking about. I don't know if people know. Like if you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, you probably know who Joey Diaz is, and he's always talking about them. Portable B-days or whatever. And yeah, I could see sales in them increasing. You know,
Yeah,
some Asian
I'm not buying one.
cultures use a hose. They have a little hose attached to their toilet. I'm like, here you go, get stuff done.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of an odd thing to come across. Not use one myself, but you know, when you run out of toilet roll, you'll use anything. You know. Gilly Guy saying the toilet paper thing started in one place in Australia and the rest of the world went, oh shit. Yeah, that is true. I think that's the bane of social media that we're experiencing. I mean, it's great in that we get to show each other pictures of our miniatures, but it's bad in that all the idiots get to try and buy the toilet roll from each other.
It was crazy. So, like, I guess I have a little bit of insider info on all the shit that happened.
Okay, but be careful about it. You know, as long as it's not something that'll cost you your job. But fire away. Go on, tell
No,
us.
it's a company I don't even work for anymore.
Ah,
So,
well
fuck,
then, go for it. That bridge
yeah,
is
fuck.
being burned.
Oh, I burnt it hard.
Dirty.
I worked at, right when all this stuff was breaking out, I worked at a distribution center for a grocery store that runs in my state. I guess I won't say the name, so, whatever. Um, and like, I worked there just as all this stuff started happening. And it was like, one week it was normal and everything was going fine. And like, we came in the next day, and then halfway through the shift, they stopped us and were like, hey, we're going to be working 16-hour shifts, 7 days back to back, no matter what. Like, so no days off at all. It was like mandatory. You had to go. So
Mm-hmm.
this is why I left. But how quickly things started running out in that massive warehouse is insane. Like it was chock full, but like we started shipping stuff out like 3 times faster than we normally did, and it was like, I mean, the shelves were empty in 2 days.
So people are just hoovering stuff up.
Yeah, they were buying everything out, but like, I guess my part, I've been looking at this like for a minute since all this has kind of been happening. Like, it's the the way it works in the States, it's probably different where you are, but like we have stockpiles of things in warehouses, and then there's things on trucks, and then things in stores.
Mm-hmm.
And the things on the trucks and in the warehouses is like the buffer. And we were out of that in like just a couple days. It's like I would unload these trucks full of toilet paper, and they would put like the pallets in sideways, and you'd fit 30 pallets on this truck, and they'd be double stacked. So there's 60 on the truck, and each one goes to a store, and there's only like 16 cases on a pallet. So it's like, I mean, it goes quick. So I mean, that's my theory for why some people bought it all up. Because I mean, I work at Home Depot now, and we got 1 pallet of toilet paper in today, and it's been like we get one in maybe a week. It's just like we don't have a very high buffer, and everybody is saying, I like the way I look at it is at the long haul. It's like, well, are you going to be able to get toilet paper in like 3 weeks? Who knows? And like I said, everybody wants to kill each other over toilet paper.
I'd be more worried about paint for me miniatures, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I should have bought some agrats. Paid $10 for two.
Is there an agrat supply is starting to dry up? Is it?
Yeah, somebody bought all the agrats.
I suppose so. Yeah, we don't
Damn
really
it.
realize until the supply dries up. It's like, oh, hold on a minute, everybody uses egg rex. Uh-ohs. Let's check the
$10
chat.
on Amazon for
$10.
a single pot. I
Price
bought two.
gouging. You bought two for 10.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
need it
god.
bad.
My days. What has the world come to, Poke? Where men have to pay such prices.
I don't know,
That's
man.
just encouraging Games Workshop, man. You know what I mean? After this, when they get back into production, all the price hikes off of GW, be like,
We can just
paint
leave it
pot,
there.
two for $20.
Yeah, they were selling on Amazon for $10. Well, gee willikers.
Oh
Shoot
my
that
days.
shit up.
Navani is saying I kind of living as usual, mostly because that jumped. Mostly because we're not a lockdown, not taking any extra risks, making out with random folks and such. But yeah, no making out with random folks. Thanks for
Oh,
being responsible. Thanks. Gilly
oh.
guy, the toilet paper thing started in one place. Yeah. Leo is saying I bought some before the virus supposed to be equal to 26-year-olds and should last my son and I almost a year. One sheet a day, man. You can make that stuff last forever. If
Yeah,
it's
cut it in half.
4-ply, sorted.
Hmm.
Dread is saying supermarket near me has plenty of it still. This is the thing I find weird. Like I'm hearing in the UK that shelves are empty. I'm hearing in the US shelves are empty. Like in Ireland, like it's still kind of shopping as normal where I go shopping. Like I go into the shops and I'm not seeing empty shelves and people are buying as normal. I think there was a little bit of panicking initially. People panic buying stuff, but I think it's sort of calmed down here. People were like, hold on a minute now, lads. Don't be taking the piss. And myself personally, now I'm not saying it's like this in the whole country, but myself personally, when I've gone shopping, it's like there's food, there's been toilet roll. Like we haven't. I don't think Ireland in general has gone mental the way a lot of places have. But then
Yeah,
there's only like 5 million of us or something, so it's like,
yeah, I mean, like, I think you and I were talking about this the other day. There's 10 million people in my state, and I think we're up to 20,000 cases. My state's one of the worst. So that's a thing.
infection rates and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy times we're living in, folks. Stay safe. Wash your hands and wipe your bum if you have a toilet roll, and then wash your hands again. Again, as many times. Was about to do a joke about. Oh no, we don't go into politics here. So, yep, stay away from it. Bald. No politics. No using the B word neither. Lou was saying, so what does everyone think of Citadel mini holders? Are they really worth it? Lou, Citadel mini holders, I don't see the point in them. It's like they have a bad pot design that gets knocked over easily. It all ties into their lids. I think it's just another, like, look at the separation on that. Dirty. I mean, if you need them, buy them, but I don't think you really need them. And if you have a mate who has a 3D printer, they can print it for you. Or just use some poster tack on the underneath of your pots, because there's like a divot in the bottom. You can just poster tack them. Or just be like me and try and keep it, from being knocked over.
I use these things called fingers.
I hear they come in handy. They're also
Yeah.
free.
Most people have 10,
Most
some
people.
less.
Some less. But we won't judge them because of it.
No, it's fine.
It's all good in the hood.
It's not required.
No. As long as you have at least 2, you're grand.
Yeah.
Somebody else is saying, Opus. I'm just going to call you Opus. I bought a mini holder and I've used it maybe a dozen times. Most of the time it just sits there. Oh, these guys. These holders, or are you talking about the paint pot holders? Because these miniature holders, when I first saw these, I thought these were the biggest waste of money. But these are actually pretty handy. But you don't need them. You can do it again. I've seen like professional painters who use Jenga block sets and poster tack. You know what I mean? You don't need these. And that holder, my God, that holder that they have, that's like, it's a plastic holder with elastic bands for spraying your miniatures. Mate, they used to advise you to just use a stick with some double-sided sticky tape on it. Why in the... You don't need to buy that. Poster tack.
I don't even
Grand.
do that. I just throw all my stuff on like a piece of cardboard and walk outside and hit them from the top and say, it's good.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to be buying products for everything. But I will say that these little handle holders are actually useful. I didn't buy one myself. I didn't get one until I did that magazine they had. What was it called? Conquest, something like that. Warhammer Conquest magazine. I subscribed to it to get my brother into the hobby a bit, and he enjoys it. But I stopped that subscription after a while because, boy Jesus, woof, that was expensive. That was expensive. What's going on in the chat section? I bought a mini holder. Most of the time it just sits there. Orc stuff is saying. Product suggests. Binding does too. Brack says I used to be, but I'm painting vehicles now, so it's kind of obsolete. Yeah, I suppose if you're not painting your like miniatures, you're not really going to use it. Gilly Guy is saying tip: some MREs, so military rations,
Yeah.
come with 2 or 3 toilet paper squares. There you go.
Oh, okay.
That's
a double up there. Dread probably knows that one.
True. Dread is saying we're sitting quite pretty compared to other Scar. I think we are. I think Ireland's doing okay. Like worst case scenario, I was talking to someone and they were saying that Ireland produces more food than we consume. We're like an exporter, so we should be okay in that regard. It's not gonna. We'll be grand. We'll be grand, lads. I know the pubs have closed and the country hasn't, descended into anarchy, so we'll be grand. She is saying they're not bad, but it's just as fun to blue tack a paint pot and add a mini to it. Yeah, exactly, man. It's just as handy just to like big wads of blue tack and just stick it on there if you want to, or you know what I mean. Like some of these bigger paint pots, like these shade pots, these are really handy. You can get your hand. They're not that much smaller. Now that I think about it, they're not that much smaller than the painting handles. You know what I mean? So big lump of blue tack on there, and you've paid for it. Like this is this is like €6.80 or something a pot or something crazy. So, Games Workshop now they make their money. They're like the paints. We'll get them on the paints. A lot of people are talking about miniature holders, how to hold your miniatures. Jade Hyper Sapien, I got Conquest. It's what got me back into the hobby. Then I realised, WTF, I didn't want Marines. Yeah. Like my brother, I gave the Marine half, and then I took the Plague Marines, and I think I painted like 3 of them, and then I just was like, meh. You know what I mean? It's okay if you have 2 people who really want those 2 armies, then you're fine. Otherwise, I don't see the point. Modeling for Advantage is saying the magazine was fine. I felt it was all the extra crap they kept sending and charging for. Yeah, like some of the extra books, and there was a lot of that sort of, if you don't opt out, you'll be charged for this. So, yeah, it was a bit of a money spinner, all right. Orc stuff is saying glue a bit of sprue to the bottom of the base and hold on to that while you paint it. Yeah, that could be doable. It's not like we really care about the underneath of our bases. You know what I mean? Do a bit of glue there, and away you go.
If you do magnets on your bases, you could probably do something like that.
Yeah, you could do like a magnetizer. There's loads of ways. There's as many ways to resolve this as there is like people. I don't know. You could like find a way to hold the said miniature and paint it. Just paint it, What's Dread saying? It does, yeah. We export well loads. In some other products like farming, we start to lack. We're a big farmer producer. I know that. Like I live not too far away from a few Pfizer plants, and so big farmers here in Norland as well. We do. I think we produce like a shed load of Viagra, so a fair chunk of it. Yeah, because it's Pfizer. We got dairy for days, yeah. Ireland's like dairy, so milk, cheese, beef, all that type of stuff. We've a lot of that. I think it would become an issue for us when in regards to food supplies for cattle and stuff. But I think we produce some of that as well. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to get to the stage where we're like, Jesus lads, we're just on the spuds now. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
in Ireland, if it got to worst case scenario, you wouldn't be able to get your risotto and whatever else. But we just, we go back to eating cabbage and potatoes and beef. You know. What about you, Poke? What does your state produce locally?
A lot of corn. Doesn't
Hey.
really help our situation, I guess.
Ah, there you go. Look, a fair old chunk of corn.
Mm-hmm.
You could have corn on the cob. You could make cornbread.
Probably lots of meth.
Worst case scenario. It's like
Worst
if my channel was monetized, it's like demonetized immediately. If it was. Are Irish people a bit erectile, G, the hypersapient? No, it's not actually for the Irish. What we do is we produce it here and we tend to export it to the UK. That's not a joke. That's exactly it. It's like we make it, but, we tend to export it. Is what's happening. I think that's hilarious. I love how people on it, if Ireland produces it, they must need it. It's like, nah, mate. We make it for the neighbours. Right, so I've got the metals done. So what do I need to do next? I'm going to throw some ash and grey on the base, I suppose. I'm going to have to pick a new base. See, this is the thing, like, ash and grey I'm starting to run low on, but I want to find a replacement in Vallejo model colours. That's too dark. Like, some of them are too bright. This one's what? That's luff off a uniform. That's a really bluey sort of, this one here. So that's a bit of a darker grey. Like, I have some greys. Like, the German grey is still kind of dark from the model airline. And I find the German grey, so these are both the same paint, but I find that the model airline is darker. So they're both German grey. But I find the one from Model Air is darker. I do like these model colour sets though. I really do. I should get more of these. They're good value for money. They're cheaper and you get more. I think volume wise. If we look at the paints, it's like 0.4 fluid ounces for a Games Workshop paint, and these Vallejo paints are 0.57 fluid ounces.
And mind you, not even to get halfway through the GW one. It'll die before it ever happens.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. That's why I'm surprised.
So have that. Unless it's a wash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, unless it's a wash, man. Washes is just like straight out of the pot and throw it everywhere. G is saying, I got a couple of game color and they were a bit gel, like, for my liking. I haven't tried the game color range. More because of I think the tones. If I could find direct comparisons. Oh, look at that lid, Doherty. If I could find direct substitutes for some of the paints that I use for my skin, so like Death Corpse Drab I'm starting to use for like knobs and stuff, whereas the boys I do like Death World Forest, because I try and do the whole, if it's an older orc, he's darker skin. So if I can find direct substitutes for these, like the rest of the paint line, I won't matter too much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's khaki colours I could replace this with. I'll just use them up for now. I'll use up my Citadel supplies and I'll go from there.
Yep, that's what you should do.
That is totally what I should do.
That's what I'm doing.
Unshackled from the beast that is GW. Like, dun, dun, dun. £7 for 2 paint pots. More than 7. I was shocked and appalled. I couldn't get over that. I really couldn't. How much? Did you ever hand over 20 bucks and you buy 5 paints and you were expecting like £5 back, and when the dude hands you 2, you're like, ah? Huh? How much?
It's like GameStop, but for
Oh
paint.
man, yeah, totally. Dread is saying the airline is just pre-tinned model color. Yeah, I get you, but I don't think it is just directly pre-tinned model color. Like I said, I've noticed differences in colors for some of the paint lines. Like I'll throw some of these on my paint palette here, and I'll show you. I'll throw some paint on a miniature I don't give a rat's about, and I'll show you the difference because there is a slight difference. It may not be a massive difference, but there is a little bit of a difference. Let's pull out a miniature from the drawer of forgottenness. How goes the paint and poke?
We're getting there.
We'll throw it on this 3D printed tank turret.
Oh yeah, how's that going? Have you gotten your 3D printer back?
No, I've not. I've been busy painting orcs and drilling barrels, these bastards. One thing at a time. Have you got your 3D printer up and running yet there, Scar? No. Why not?
Because you had a problem with it, didn't you?
Yeah, my first one shot itself.
Yeah, I remember
I
you
had
were
to send
shipping
it back,
back.
which was a pain in the ass. I had to send it back, so I sent it back. And then I got busy painting miniatures, so...
Did you buy another one, or?
Oh yeah, I have another one. It's sitting beside me here.
Oh, okay.
I just have not gotten around to building it and getting it up and running. And I think it's more so the thing that's holding me back is the clearing out the dedicated space it's supposed to be in is kind of occupied by terrain and stuff. You know, I'm like, ugh, I'll have to move stuff.
You should get it running so you can 3D print some tracks or something for that grot tank.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I might sit down and design some. Might design some. I was saying, well, scared I want to get Eshin and put it in. Why not get Eshin and put it in a dropper? I don't see. I'm not one of those mad guys who's like, I pay stupid money for the Citadel paints. I do that, but then I don't see the point in buying a different bottle and then transferring it across, and then you're gonna lose paint. That's just too much effort. I think I'll just phase it out over time. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, my friend did that, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
I mean, like, Dread does it, and I'm like, fair play to you, but boy, Jesus. Right, so these are both German grey. I'm going to show you on the paint palette here. Actually, I'll paint it on a miniature. Okay, so just as a comparison. So this is the German grey from the model colour. So this is just the model colour range German colour. Okay. Nice, sort of solid, dark, greyish blue. Looks nice. To swank like. I like it. And then I'll do that bit up there. And then this other panel over here, I'll throw on. This is the German grey from the Model Air colour line. And you'll notice straight away they are two different greys. Quite different. In fact, this one might be a good substitute.
Yeah, you're right.
See what I mean?
They are very different.
They are very different. Now, I would have expected there to be a little bit of tone difference between them, but they are very different. So,
they are very.
So be a little bit wary if you're doing your Vallejo colors, just between the model lines and the model air lines and your game color lines. Just make sure that the paint that you're getting is a match. I was even talking to Steve-O about this because I was asking about this army painter. They advertise 100% match to their spray paints, and because I saw he was painting with one of the yellows, and it said in the bottom, "Oh, 100% match." And I was asking him, I was like, "So, like, is it a 100% match?" And he's like, "Not really, not quite." I don't think you're ever going to get a 100% match when it comes from spray paints and normal paints, like paints you use on your brush.
I mean, it's hard to get a 100% match between the same color sometimes.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. But
And
not
it's
even
like,
that. It's going to be the surface finish is going to affect it as well. Well, that stuff dries
Mhm.
really quick. You know what I mean? Painting with a paintbrush is going to give you a different textured finish than if you used a spray paint and it went on nicely because it'll be smoother. So the way it
Mhm.
reflects the light is going to be slightly different anyway. So you're going to notice some difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, paint's very complicated with that.
Can be. It's a whole. That's a whole rabbit hole. It's like a subsection rabbit hole in the hobby to fall into. You could go down that one.
I love it when people ask me at my job and they're like, "Yeah, can you get this blue?" And they'll just be like, "It's just a regular blue." I'm like, "All right, like it's not gonna match at all."
Yeah, well, yeah. You could try match stuff up. To mix in. I know there's some places that do like they'll keep adding colors and try and mix a pot for you.
But yeah, but like you can bring samples in and like they can scan it and like it'll show you like the color ID and stuff like that. But it's like people are just dumb. They're like, I guess my best example is like I've had people come up to me and be like, "Hey, can you like tell me how to redo the plumbing in my house? It's just a standard size house,
Standard size house. I love it.
standard size."
Orc stuff is saying mod layers for spraying, which won't put as much paint on them any. So the spray paint needs to be a bit more heavily pigmented. I get you, but there's a bit more heavily pigmented, and then there's this. Oh, Scotto, there, I changed my name so it's not so hard. Cheers, Scott. Dread is saying, I do prefer model colour to game colour. Defo check out Warfront. I'll have a look. You could have a look at Dread's episode on making dropper bottles for your GW colours. I've seen it. I think he's mad. Fair play to him. You know? She is saying, yeah, that's true. It is overpriced. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Orc Essentials is a great series. There you go. Don't be praising them too much. His head might explode. Getting there slowly. Marcus is saying, let's see the grot tank. You want to see the grot? I haven't finished it. It's like, it's still within arm's reach, but people, oh, grot tank, you reminded them. It's still there. It's still within arm's reach. It still needs, like, detail. You probably can't see it because it's white on... Hold on. I can do... Doo-doo. Like, it's still here. It's still asking to be finished. It still needs like a gun on the front. You know what I mean?
Still taunting you daily.
Oh yeah, it's on my desk and it taunts the living bejesus out of me. It's like, finish me, finish him. I did some black on the engine. That's about it. But well, it still needs to be finished. I was enjoying building it, but the tracks, sweet Jesus, the tracks.
Yeah, there's always next year.
There is always next year. See? 2021, we'll get it done. Boom, boom. There you go. My chibi tank. I think I got a bit distracted. I'm painting miniatures, guys. I'm drilling barrels. You know what I mean? So much demands. I'm only one man.
Here, I got a question for you.
Go on.
Do you know of a place that just sells the tracks for grot tanks?
That just sells the tracks for grot tanks.
Mm-hmm.
There have been people, yeah, who just sell the tracks for the grot tanks. I think if you were to ask Foxbox, you might be able to, but I don't know if he does the molds all in one. I know the green one used to sell tracks. I know Waz at some point used to sell tracks. Best person to ask in regards to third party bits is probably Dread. He
Yeah, probably.
eats, sleeps, and drinks third party bits. But you can get tracks off of quite a few different people. I used to buy like tracks and wheels and stuff off of Spellcrow. Where else? There was somewhere else I was looking at that had good tracks. There's actually Lego sets that do really good tracks. If you can get the Lego tracks,
I thought
um,
of looting some Lego sets.
if you can get them, they're really good because they remind me of the tracks off of the kill tank. Just they're a bit plain. You can add some detail to them, but like they just snap together. Because that's another thing I need to do with my Meng Tiger tank over here. So I have some Meng tune tanks. These are pretty cool. They're like chibi tanks, and they come with these crappy sort of rubbery tracks that I'm not too enamored with. So these will have to be replaced with something, probably something akin to, something Plasticraic built up like this.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely have to do something with these guys eventually.
Yeah, I have the Stewart, I forget what brand it was.
They're not
I think it
bad
was the
actually.
Stewart. I forget what it was.
They're a bit tall is the only thing for these Meng tanks. Like they're grot tanks, but they're a little bit tall, but they're not. They're chibi enough to get away with it. You know what I mean? They're
Here,
chibi
this
enough.
guy.
Give us a look. Poke's doing an old close up there. Hold on.
Yeah, let me.
Poke. Oh yeah.
This thing. Yeah.
So is that
That,
is that the Meng tank? Is it the Meng Toon
I,
tank?
I forget. Yeah, it's a tune tank.
Yeah, it's probably one of the
Yeah,
Meng.
and I left the ugly rubber.
Yeah, yeah. But those rubber tracks are good though because they're like plates. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Are yours just flat?
No, mine aren't flat. They're detailed, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'll throw a bit of like metal on them and see how they look.
Yeah, I just glued them on here real good and then primed over it.
I might be a lazy bugger like you. I might be. I'm like, oh, I can build new tracks, and then the horror, the flashbacks. It's like, oh my god, build a more track.
One thing I noticed with this, if anybody ever gets this, the turret is really loose. So just stick a rubber band in there and you're good to go.
Good bit of paint.
A little bit of rubber band and you're good to go.
And the other thing I like about these kits is you can put them together without actually gluing them together.
Oh, I thought, yeah, that was cool. Some parts you can see where it went together. But you can just throw a bed over it and you're good to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. And you don't have to glue them. Their tracks and stuff still kind of move. You don't have to glue. So there is, it's all these are all held in with like rubber grommets. So they're still kind of movable and they're pretty cool. So that's on the to the looted list. I'll put that beside the, but there's a massive size difference. Like that's supposed to be a tiger.
Oh yeah, the tiger is huge.
The tiger is huge. This is like one of the bigger ones.
Here, I'll do a size comparison for everyone.
Oh, you have the tiger, do you? Of course
No,
you
I
have
don't
the
have the
tiger.
tiger, but I have the
Got a bit
regular
of
grot tank.
got a bit of the old brewer's troop he does.
There you go.
All right, hold on.
We got a regular grot tank.
Yeah, they're a bit bigger.
Yeah, and the tiger is bigger than this.
Yeah,
so
the tiger is like, yeah, it's way.
It's
thicker.
getting closer to mega grot tank size.
And
So
I think I have the king tiger as well over there. Oh my god.
it's a cool little kit though.
I bought a few of them. I really should do like reviews of them. They are pretty cool. They are cool kits. But yeah, they're a fair bit bigger than the grot tanks. But you know, we don't. If you're rocking grot tanks, you're not playing to win. Let's be bleeding honest here.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? The grot tank that Poke is doing, where did he get it from? The little, the Stewart one. I think
World War Tunes.
Yeah, they're World War Tunes. They're Meng tanks is what they're called. You can find them. Hey Scar. Hey, Mr. Skarnir is here. What's the crack?
Yeah, if you just Google World War Tunes, you'd come up with all of them. They're just chibi versions of, tanks from World War II and stuff.
Pretty much. That is pretty much what they are. They're cool though.
I like the metal slug ones that people do.
Oh, metal slug. I think you can buy those tanks. I think you can definitely buy those tanks. Let's invite people again. Yeah, Dread knows an awful lot about finding third-party stuff. I know a little bit, but not as much as him. He sleeps and drinks it. Right, folks, we're going to go look at the Discord work in progress in a couple of minutes. So if you have something that you're working on, fire away. I'm going to bounce for a minute, Poke. I'm going to leave you in charge. All right?
Okay.
Don't go wrecking the place, but I'll be back in a moment.
I'll try. Right? It'll crash.
Crash and warn. Why has my channel been banned, Poke? What did you do?
Did I ban it? No, I'm sorry.
Back in a sec. Give me paintbrush.
Alright, how's it going, guys? This is my channel now. I'm gonna ban it myself. Should I say the old the C word? You guys know what I mean. It gets you demonetized or something now? I wouldn't know. Here. I'll just show you guys some stuff. We have, you guys like Gaslands? We got a buggy here. This is the first buggy I made for Gaslands. It's a cool little buggy. Use some of those old truck wheels. Isn't that cool? That's a cool thing. This was totally planned, by the way. Here we have the almighty Gazgul. Yes, that C word. That C word. I'm not going to say it though, but we know what we're talking about. We got a KFF here. Nice little KFF. He's back. We have him again. This is an awesome model. This is one of my favorites for sure. I'm reading the comments for you. Thank you, Mr. G. I try. Like I said, I just slap colors on here and then hit it with a wash. I hear him. He's coming back. Back natural.
Well, that's the kettle filled. Got a brew on, man. I'm like, if Drake can get out and make tea, so can I. How dare he? Alright, cool. So, if everyone's happy with their work in progress shown up there, I will... Just cockney, so... Oh. I see. Right, so we're going to bounce over. We're going to have a look at people's work in progress. Last call. Did I miss some the last time? No, Vanny was painting that up last Sunday. Alright, cool. So let's go have a gander. And that should be... Pa-dam! Way! So, Navani is painting Macari and finished off his base. Wow, he is tiny.
He is tiny. Jesus.
Jesus Christ, yeah. And look at the orange skin though. But yeah, he's... I suppose he's a grot. That doesn't... Games Workshop doing their photo shoots always sort of like super macro zoom. So you're like, oh, he must be bit now. He's tiny, man. That's looking... I like the skin though. That's looking good, man. It's looking good.
Lucky git. He got the Macari.
He got the Macari. I like the lava base. He's doing like lava orcs? That's what it must be.
Is it Tuska? That'd be cool.
Might be, yeah, it might be like Tuska's Macari. So
Yeah,
like
that'd be sweet.
a melted head. I can see like the eyes. It's like a melted Necron or something. I like the color scheme, dude. It's looking sweet. It's looking sweet. We have Brack the War Boss is working on his... Right, let's see if I get the terminology correct. Wasbomb Blaster Jet.
You did.
Way. And it's...
I need to get me one of these.
It's... Do you know what I like about it now is the flyer kit. At least they did the smart thing when they added in the sprues for the Wasbomb Blaster Jet. At least they just put in an extra sprue into the flyer kit. This way, when you're going to do your Daka Jet or you're going to do your Borna Boba, you're actually left with a fair few bits and pieces spare.
Bits.
Yeah, like say yeah, he's used quite a few bits here, like for it. But you're still going to be left with some extra stuff. Like if you didn't build the Wasbomb Blaster Jet bit, see all those custom force field pieces.
Yeah, you get all the pipes.
Yeah, loot them for a big mech. Those pipes and engine bits you can stick on buggies and stuff. This rear wing section, Uh, uses different parts to the normal tail section, so you can. This is actually a really good kit in regards
Yeah.
to spares and kit bashing and extra bits. It really is. But yeah, that's cracking, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what way you paint it up. And seeing if you're going to do anything with the base. Some people do some really interesting stuff with the base. We'll see what happens. But do you know what I find funny, Poke? Is when the flyers came out at the end of 5th edition, this base, I remember looking at this base and thinking, oh, wow, that's huge. Like, but in comparison now, relatively speaking, like, that's not a really big base for flyers.
No, it's not. Like I know people put um mech guns on them and stuff, but I'm like,
Mm.
and I think, wow, that takes up a lot of space. But
Yeah.
once you put a mech gun on it, it's not that big anymore.
Yeah, it's not that big, especially when the Gorka and Morkanot bases are huge. Like they're like what, knight size, aren't they?
Yeah,
Big boys, big boys.
yeah,
We have Gorka Marcos here is working on his big mech with shock attack going. Nice,
nice rust,
nice rust. Rust is nice, it really is.
very nice.
Then the Iron Gob. I'm liking the Iron Gob as a touch. It looks like does it look like an old metal one? It doesn't look like a newer one. I could be wrong though.
Like one of the old Mega Knobs.
Old Meganob's gobs. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah,
Could be. Could be. And I'm liking the skin. Very nice. The whirly gubbins. Oh, look at this. We've got a battle wagon.
that could be a super cannon right there.
That is a super cannon. Look at the size of the thing.
It's huge.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's some proper Bad Moon's artillery right there.
Yeah, it is, man. You know it's proper when there. It literally looks like if this fired a shell, that the battle wagon would literally flip backwards,
It does.
or the turret just like would go flying off of it. Oh my! That's when you know someone's done a good job. When it looks like it'll just flip end over end when it shoots, I'm like,
And it looks
yes,
mean too. I like
it
the way he
does.
used the Death Dread gob on the top to add more spikes.
Yeah,
That's cool.
for ramming speed, ram 'em. Yeah, that's good, man. I like that. That's a good conversion. Nice barrel. And look, is it 3D printed or where was said barrel acquired from? I shall gander at the
I
chat.
feel like I've seen it. Oh, he put the end of it. Oh, I think he used a rod and then he put
Extended the barrel out. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he like put a
It's
rod in between it.
crafty. I think it's been crafty here. See the shoulder pads. So this assembly, now that you're saying it, is this like a basilisk? This one here, or
And then the end of it looks familiar.
the end of it looks like the
The battle wagon one, right?
looks like it might be off of a Bane blade. I think maybe proper rusty. Yeah, that's right, Dread. It is proper rusty. Sweet though, I like it. He likes it. G the Hyper Sapien is working on a Macari also. He's teeny tiny. Those rockets at the end, where can you 3D print them? Dave is asking. These rockets here, they look like rockets off of the Borna bomber. They look like rockets from the flyer kit.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Another use for the flyer kit.
See what I mean? Like the flyer kit, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Just buy multiples, build all sorts out of them.
Rockets.
6 rockets. So G's working on Macari. He's using his poster putty or blue tack, as we were talking, that you can use as miniature holders to keep them together. Yeah, that's good. Rust Crush is working on a war boss. Yeah, nice. He's got a. It's kind of hard to kind of make it out, but I'm liking the spikes with the Space Marine heads and the Chaos Space Marine on the base. He was a bit mangled. It's looking like he's using the Assault on War Boss. Assault on Blackreach War Boss. There we go. I knew I'd get it out eventually.
A classic.
The classic claw right there. Or the combi scorch, yeah. And a few bits and pieces. This is nice, man. I'd like to see more pictures of this. Give us a few more close-ups of that one if you can. That looks sweet. And G the Hyper Sapien is also working on building some boys. Nice. Blue tack to the rescue. I see he's drilling barrels. Very nice. Very nice. Warhammer Fantasy Orc Boys. Yeah. Sweet. A couple of those bits. Spit 987 is working on a war boss. Glorious. Glorious. So this is that demon thing. What's it called from Age of Sigmar? What's that set? That
I'm not
weird.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but it looks like it's the pose off of that corn demon, corn demon thing. I forget the name of it. I don't know the name of it, but I recognize the pose more so than anything.
Yeah,
But
I love the pose. He looks like he's just about to grab a tank and like pull the side of it off.
I like that he looks like a roid rager. You know what I mean? Like this little tiny head and this massive body.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, that looks the part. It looks like he's juiced up to the gills. Power Claw looks like it's off a Dread, is it? Space
Yeah,
Marine?
looks like a dreadnought.
Dreadnought might not be Space Marine, but it might be third party. I'm not too sure, but I can tell like the orky bits. It's like bits of Orc Dreadnought shoulder pads, bits and pieces here. This looks like it's the nose off of the flyer. This looks like it came off of the mech gun. This bit here looks like it.
His there's a lot of
Off
flyer
the
bits on
flyer.
this
Yeah,
one
there's a
as
lot of
well.
flyer bits as well. Yeah, these gubbins bitsies here. Ooh.
More value out of that kit.
I'm telling you, man, that flyer kit.
And they didn't even raise the price.
Shh. Don't.
No.
Keep it on the down low, man. Jesus.
Battle Wagon could take some pointers.
Do you know what annoys me, Poke? Is the Battle Wagon still doesn't contain the Death Roller Sprue as standard. Like there's space in the box, man. More Slugger Chopper Boys. Gotten some decent poses. Drilling some barrels. Good man yourself. Here's the git next to a boy. Oh, he is kind of small. Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
He is small.
He's ickle. He's only Gretchen's. I know people don't want to see wolves, but meh, here is Ragnar.
That's how I prefer him right there. Headless.
Yeah. Off with his head. At least he's painting them in sub-assemblies. He's being smart about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's using the method we were talking about. Just get some poster tack on a paint pot and boom, there you go. Don't need a paint handle. Smart money. Building the big boy himself. Very jealous.
Ooh. Yes, much jealous.
Much jealous. Biding my time over here. The Pale Orc is working on his big mech with shock attack gun. I know there's a piece to go on the top of this. I was talking to him the other day. I know there's another riggy bit to help hold the arm up. And it's coming along nicely. He's got some nice wire.
Yeah, the wires look really good.
The wires, they look good. He's very sort of cyborg, cybernetic sort of vibe.
Yeah, he looks like Mega Man.
Yeah, the Mega Man sort of arm.
I like that.
It does look nice, man. It looks nice. I think is the gun made out of an engine section from the flyer?
It's Necron. I think the gun arm is a Necron piece, isn't it? I think it's Necron.
Might be bits of Necrons and stuff. See, if it's not an Orky bit, I'm like, Yeah.
I know some bits.
Yeah, some bits. Some
I
Necron
think it's
bits. Oh, he's put an underslung bit here. Ah, I see. I know that's the Killer Can engine. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like it. It's a good conversion. It's looking nice.
That's a souped up Shaka right there.
It is a souped up shock attack one right there. No question about it. If somebody wants something WYSIWYG, it's like, boom, there you go, buddy. Some tail weapons. Oh, they're not pulse carbines. They're not their fusion guns. They're like their plasma gun variants, aren't they? Those tail ones. And then bits of exhaust off a Dread. Yeah. Very nice. The Pale one. Very nice. He's done the overlays for the channel, so if you're liking our little overlays that you see around the edges, the Pale Orc, he hooked us up, Good man. Go check him out. If you go onto my channel, you'll see he's one of the gits what you should subscribe to. Still plastering it with milliput. Orc stuff is making his madness contraptions. I told you, man. I told you on the last one. This is what he does. He does his metal and then he just makes it and gets going. The madman. The madness. Orc stuff. How heavy do you reckon this one's gone away like at the end? 5 kilos, 6? We'll see. And I bet you, see this section here, this lower section, this platform? I bet you that's on a latch so that it lowers, higher and lowers. So, like, if you don't know Orc stuff, he's actually an engineer and he likes it when things work properly. So, like, he'll think of the concept of a Gorkanaut or a Morkanaut and he'll be like, alright, so it deploys boys out of it. So how would it actually do it? Instead of just like sticking a door on the side and saying they all bail out, he does mad stuff like this where it's like, okay, well the whole bottom section is a platform that lowers on chains and he'll build a mechanism so that it higher and lowers. So, like, if you haven't seen Orc stuff, you need to check it out, man. And that's all milliput, like metal, milliput, bits of orky bits. Looking the business, man. It's looking the business. Looking forward to seeing this one finished up. And then we have Lugnuts. Last but not least, we have Lugnuts is painting up his buggies. Way. Too bad they're in filthy blue. But apart from that, I'm loving the paint job. I'd be interested to see these done up. I see someone else is being transferring paints over the pots and using the game color range. I love that. People take pictures like, what else is on your desk? So that's it, folks. That's our work in progress. I've seen quite a few of you guys have been busy. Fair play. Fair play. Getting building, getting painting. I'm loving the activity that, you know, the Orc community has gotten itself into again in regards to getting hobby done. And speaking of getting hobby done, I have managed to get some wash on my boys. And I've done some, like, tin bits, some variation in the colour. So I got like some Castellax bronze on these dudes and I give them all a Tony and Camo shed wash. What progress did you manage to get done during the stream, Poke? Give us a look there. We'll go close cam.
I almost got these guys done.
Nice.
You let me switch over. They're pretty close. I don't have any wash though.
Being left high and dry without wash.
Yeah.
Even on base colours though, like they look good on the battlefield. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They'll be good for now.
Sweet.
So that's the thing.
Sweet. Grand. We managed to get a fair few bits done. So apologies for having to for being delayed and bouncing out for a little bit. You know, had to take care of some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry guys. I didn't know how to plug it in, so.
No, it's me. It was me. This time around, it was me. I'll take the full blame. I was busy drilling barrels and lost track of time. So yeah, go check out Poke's channel if you haven't already checked out Poke's channel. If you're not subscribed, throw in a subscription and hit a like on the video. Every little helps. We'll try and keep hobby hangouts going. Normally we only do it every second Sunday, but with the circumstances and people being stuck at home, I thought it would be helpful. Try and get people motivated and get hobby done. So between myself and Dread and Steve-O and the rest of the gits in the 40k Orc community on Facebook, go join. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you're new to Orcs, I think now is actually a really good time to be getting into Orcs because there's just a crazy flurry of activity happening. And yeah, it's good. I think it's a really good time to be into the community.
Lots of positive WoW energy going on around here.
Yeah, you're right, Poke. There's a lot of positive energy. Sometimes, you know, people perceive Orc players as being negative unnecessarily, but I don't think that's the case. When we get the love, we're happy campers. You know, it doesn't take much. You know what I mean? Just an update. Yeah, just a new gas, you know. It's not like it was 20 years overdue or anything. Yeah, exactly.
Decent rules were good.
Decent rules, nice miniatures, and we're happy campers. So, thanks for joining the Hobby Hangout. I hope you all got a lot of hobby done, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll give you a shout for the next one. I'll throw up a notification in the Facebook group. I want to say thanks to Poke for joining, Bud. Thanks for popping in. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll get you on again. again soon. You enjoyed yourself. And yeah, that's goodbye from Skarnir.
And a goodbye from me.
There you go. So don't forget to wash your hands and drill those barrels.